Today's matchup is between Leatherback from Pacific Rim
and King Kong from Kong Skull Island.
I'm taking the side of Leatherback.
I'm taking the side of King Kong.
With the size of these kaijus, we're about to guess Leatherback's around 300 feet tall and Kong is 100 during the movie.
Kong's 100 during Kong Skull Island, but that movie takes place in like during the 1970s, and the next one he's supposed to be like maybe even 3 times that size, but we don't really know yet.
So that's why he's gonna grow to be really big. So that's why we're gonna put this fight when he grows just the same size as Leatherback. And talking about this fight, they're both gorillas. I mean, Kong is a gorilla, then Leatherback is a gorilla type kaiju. The director even said. The Leatherback is supposed to be the anatomy of a gorilla, so it's a very similar kaijus, but...
So what are the main strengths of Leatherback?
Well, I mean, he's fast. I'll show you a clip there. He's strong, and you saw him do a lot of damage against Cherno Alpha and Pacific Rim because you see Otachi is battling him, and then is battling Cherno Alpha, then you see Leatherback jump out and then hit him on the top and then totally destroy him. Then you also see him throw Gypsy Danger like a mile. I mean, you see him throw him like a really far distance. And then you see him pick up huge cranes and throw him at Gypsy. And then it takes a lot to take him down. I mean, he is taken down.
He is beat.
He is beat because he's the bad guy in the movie, but he gets destroyed by the plasma cannon. But why do you think Kong? Or what did Kong strength?
I mean, he's got a lot of strengths just in that one movie, Kong Skull Island. Obviously, he's really tall. I think he's a lot more mobile than Leatherback. He can run super fast and jump over a helicopter in air, and that's shown just like this. He's also known to like hit helicopters out of the air, which that shows quick reaction time. I think there's just a lot more coin in the actual movie of like him actually taking on other monsters and winning.
But yeah, that's the one thing. Obviously, Kong is gonna have more coin, which coin is how much like he's proven in the movie.
And obviously, he's strong. I think he's taller.
I'm saying because if there was a movie called Leatherback, The Revenge of Leatherback, then obviously there's gonna be a lot more. Kong is the main character, and that's the one thing, Leatherback is usually on all fours, like a gorilla, when Kong is actually on all twos the whole movie, right?
No,
is he ever on?
No, he was on all fours a couple times, but obviously he moves around on 2 legs.
Wait, was he actually on all fours?
Remember he jumped and he landed.
But he never actually walked.
Well, he never crawled on all fours.
Well, that's what the old one did all the time. So he's basically just adjusted to totally doing walking on both legs all the time.
I mean, I feel like another example of another way to fight besides like hand-to-hand combat is when he throws a tree like precisely from far away.
And a freaking dart.
I think that just speaks volumes to some of his skill set. Obviously, the punching, which is what I was going to say for one of my final points as to why I think he would win the fight. He's also good at using his surroundings. Like a couple of moments, he's using the tree that he ripped up out of the ground. He also uses these chains and like the propeller of a submarine or ship. I think he's able to use the elements around the fight. So I think that would be a major advantage in Kong's favor.
Yeah, which I know. He's used some trees and stuff, but Leatherback was able to rip Leatherback
propellers, chains.
Leatherback ripped a whole crane out of the ground and threw it at Gypsy. And he was also, like I said, he was able to throw Gypsy just as far as he threw a tree. I mean, he threw Gypsy. Let's just watch that video right now. He threw Gypsy like a freaking mile, and Gypsy is a heavy Jaeger, but I just think the punches that he landed on Cherno Alpha when he jumped out of the water, which his jumping ability was definitely proven there. I mean, for how freaking big he is, I'd say the jumping is probably, I guess you couldn't really tell, but who can jump more, but he could definitely jump pretty far. The final reason I would pick Leatherback in this fight is because he was able to rip apart Cherno Alpha, and you saw the strength there. You saw how strong he was throwing Gypsy as far as he did, how quick he was when he jumped out of the water, and how he was able to use his surroundings, kind of like Kong. How he's able to rip a crane out of the ground. And Gypsy,
it's just that crane. That's like the only thing he uses.
Because he doesn't have much screen time.
Exactly. That's
how you supposed to? He can't. I can't help that. But
no, but
yeah, I can't help that. But then Gypsy uses freaking those huge shipping crates to freaking smash his head, and he just walks it off. And that is, it took like freaking 10 or 12 plasma blasts to take him down. And I just think he's too formidable. He's a Category 4, and he's going to win this fight.
I just think some major disadvantages for Leatherback is that you were saying you were saying he was quick. I think he's too slow, and he's not as quick as like fighting wise. I feel like he wouldn't be able to block the punches from Kong. Like,
just say why Kong would win though.
I'm getting into it right now. I'm saying Kong's punch force has to be so strong, and it's super fast. Like, he's the signature move that I was saving until now was he punches the giant school crawler a couple times on this like side, and all of a sudden, well, he elbows him right in like the chest, and all of a sudden he goes with his signature move at this point. It's an uppercut from beneath him, holding a propeller, which that could be anything, but that punch alone, I just think would completely send that Leatherback to his back, and then Kong would find a way, because like I said, he's using his surroundings multiple times, not just with a crane, with the tree, propeller, chains. He's quick, he can jump, he can run. I just think this is a total mismatch, and I think that Kong would easily, it would be a good fight to start, because you have to figure out how to beat him, but I just think he's too smart, he's too quick, he's too fast, he's too strong. The uppercuts is too much to handle, and I didn't even mention he can bite too. So. Well,
yeah, but Leatherback can bite too. So. Oh, yeah, that was another thing I just remembered is when he crushes Cherno Alpha, he freaking like crushes the compound. Probably we had to pick a side, and Kong would clearly not lose many fights if we're talking about movies. But we tried to say in a realistic scenario. Obviously, these monsters aren't real, but.
It is hard. It's hard to do this fight because we don't know the sizes completely. Obviously, at this point, Leatherback would probably win because he is probably twice the size, or 3 times the size of Kong now.
But we're saying this fight
assuming,
is
who knows? I mean, Kong might, as he gets taller and bigger, like I'm expecting in this next one, that might make him be a little bit slower because if he's gonna be that big, he's gonna be huge. He was already blocking the sun, so.
Yeah, that was the thing. I mean, he was still huge, but yeah, like the smaller. You probably move, the speed would be
different. You can move quicker, so I think the speed would slow down a little bit.
Yeah, it would slow down a little bit, but it would mostly be the same. But make sure you let us know down below who you think will win this fight. And
also other matchups you'd like to see. I know we're going to get into more of the Godzilla and Kong monsters. We can do more from Kong since that's already came out. But as we're getting, I think once the Godzilla 2 trailer drops, we're going to start getting into more of those matchups because that's coming out next March, I think.
Yeah, the ones with the kaiju, the big kaiju battles with really big kaijus like the Mega Kaiju or Kong and Godzilla, those fights we're going to do in this style, but I'll still do the other ones in the style I have been doing, but for the smaller fights. But make sure you let us know down below who you think will win this fight, and thanks for watching.